Our group is focusing a lot on interactions between processes on land surface and the climate. By that I mean atmosphere and the ocean. And that's really help us to understand if climate is changing and land surface is changing, so how do they interact? And mostly I'm interested in nonlinearities in this system, so that if there is something going quickly or abruptly on land surface, how does this affect the climate, and how this also affect land ecosystem on the ground, and whether there is any other consequences which are nonlinear. Our very recent analysis is about effect of changes in permafrost systems on the climate. So in particular, we look at permafrost system hydrology changing and how on the long term this would affect the Arctic climate. Would it get wet or drier? And if the Arctic gets drier, for example, how does this affect the whole climate? Not only in Arctic itself, but also in tropics, because we have a coupled climate system where anything what's happening in the high latitudes affects the low latitudes. High latitudes are really very much affected by climate change. So we have about 4 times amplification of Arctic warming comparing to the rest of the planet. That's what makes it really urgent to analyze the system. Also, sea ice is disappearing quite quickly. So we actually have not seen the Arctic without summer sea ice or even without winter sea ice for quite many millennia. So what is then happening there? So it's becoming quite urgent issue. Yeah, there are of course technical limitations, so that we have models which can run only on certain resolutions, both in time and space, but there are also other uncertainties because we still don't have a very well representation of the processes. There are uncertainties in them, and just addressing these uncertainties, how they can influence the result, what is the range in them. So that's one of the very important tasks. We often talk to social scientists because that's what happening in Arctic affect also ecosystem, indigenous people there. So one of the point we always discuss is what's going on with infrastructure, houses, roads, buildings, and we see always that something is going on in that area and people are affected. And the question is how to respond to these challenges, how to improve infrastructure. Could we actually cool the ground in a way that infrastructure is stable? So there are many interesting aspects of that which we can discuss with social scientists, but also with natural scientists who measure different aspects of Arctic ecosystems. Yeah, we know that Earth system is holistic, so that there are very different domains of a planet, and also there is definitely Earth is a coupled system where we have interactions between human and environments, and talking to social scientists is important, and also talking to economists is important because they really try to model. We also try to model the climate economical system. So that's why we need to talk together to be sure that our model are consistent.